start with the circle of competence. So this I realized over a period of time, after losing money in certain sectors and gaining disproportionately in some of the other sectors, coupled with my sort of professional career and background, that it's very important to stick to your circle of competence. You have to. And as Warren says, it doesn't matter how big your circle of competence is, as long as you know the boundaries, that's fine. And the whole benefit of staying inside the circle of competence is that you don't have to be better than everyone everywhere, right? So you just aim to win in the league in which you play. And the league in which I play is all about sustainable long-term compounding businesses, be it pharmaceuticals, be it chemicals, be it FMCG, and I have played some autos as well. So these are the four key pockets that I have played over the years. And as I call them, that circle of competence is tantamount to circle of luck. So the more you shrink your circle, the greater your luck quotient goes up. The other thing is that it's easy to learn from your mistakes. So if you are playing within a restricted sort of zone, mistakes will happen. I've made mistakes in pharmaceuticals. I've made mistakes in FMCG. I've made mistakes even in my very small, tiny circle. But I find it easier to learn from those mistakes because I know the boundaries of my circle of competence. And there was a tweet that I did last year from Joel, and says that choosing individual stocks without any idea of what you are looking for is like running through a dynamite factory, right? With a burning matchstick. You may live, but you are still an idiot because you don't know what you don't know. And that's the reason defining a circle of competence is important, and that's my first pillar in my framework.
So I have a question in that.
Sure, Vivek.
My questions will be more very ground level questions for retail investors, okay? Because what you are talking is something which a learned person, a qualified person, or someone who understands these things because of the academics would be able to grab immediately. Like, I can understand what you are saying, but now my question from a normal guy's perspective is that someone who is doing a normal business or who is in job and want to invest in equity, how do one realize or identify stocks around the circle of competence? Say, for example, I am into the business of chemicals. I'm doing trading in chemicals. Okay. Now, how do I identify the circle of competence with that background?
Yeah, so if you are in the chemical industry, you have an inherent advantage. You understand the supply chain dynamics. You talk to your suppliers. You talk to your business partners. So you know the end-to-end chain and the trade channel and so on. So that is giving you some edge. But investing is slightly different. So you have the domain knowledge, but then what I would encourage such a person to do is start attending some AGMs, start reading the con calls of not only the companies that you want to invest into, but as many as possible within that sector, and try and connect the dots in terms of where the puck will likely be, not where it is today. You don't make money from historic earnings. Market rewards the future potential or the delta relative to the valuation. So you need to understand where the puck will likely be, and for that you need to unfortunately do some hard work, go through the con calls, go through the annual reports, AGMs, etc. And if you're not confident, there is no shame in investing through mutual funds to begin with, and have your own logbook of your learning, and they take notes through these channels, right? So I've got a pinned tweet. You can just look up that one, and it basically talks about one book and the importance of reading as many con calls as you can and the annual report. But this whole journey may take some time, right? It's not going to happen tomorrow. And in the meanwhile, not to miss out the compounding opportunity, you can start investing through a good mutual fund in an SIP manner.
Investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.